Well, greetings and good morning, managerial communication students. This is Mr. Doucette, and this is week number 3 in our 8-week course in Business 22, Managerial Communications. This week, you're going to be looking at 2 chapters, not in order, so keep that in mind, but chapter 3 on intercultural communications, and then short workplace messages and digital media. So this is kind of the last week before we start getting into business writing. So we'll be talking about short workplace messages such as emails and texts and instant messaging, things like that. So so this is going to be kind of laying the foundation for the business writing that we'll be doing in the next module that starts next week. But module number 1 is coming to an end this week, which means that you do have the 2 first big assignments that are going to be due this Sunday. I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to go ahead and go to our course in Canvas. And here we are on the home page. I'm going to go ahead and select module number 1, which ends this Sunday coming up, the 14th. So I selected that. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to our week, which is right here. So I do have the PowerPoint slides for chapters 3 and 7. There is a check-in assignment where you're going to be answering 2 questions, I believe it is, from each chapter. And you have your first exam as well due this Sunday night. But you also are going to be continuing, or should I say concluding, your individual presentation and your discussion post number 1. Now, in the Zoom session I had done last Wednesday, I did cover the individual presentation in great detail, exactly what you need to be doing. I gave a sample of my own presentation. And then I also in that Zoom session talked about discussion post number 1, the do's and don'ts of business presentations, and I went through some of that. So keep in mind that that will help you in both of those assignments if you watch that Zoom session. I emailed it to you, so you should be able to look in one of the recent emails and find the link to that. Next week, we're going to be starting business writing, so the discussion post will change. It'll be do's and don'ts of business writing, and so you want to definitely join me for the Zoom session on that, which will be not this week, but next week. And we will be going over again kind of the do's and don'ts of business writing, which is also your discussion post assignment as well. If you come down here, you have discussion post number 2, do's and don'ts of business writing. So we'll be doing that then. But right now, make sure that you complete these 4 assignments this week. Your check-in, your discussion post number 1 by making your final list, and then your individual presentation by uploading it to Canvas. Now, I do want to give you a word of caution. When you finish the individual presentation, it may be a quite large file that you've recorded. It could be, 100 megabytes or whatever, and it may have a little trouble uploading to Canvas. So you may want to consider using YouTube and actually uploading your video to YouTube. That works as well. Just open an account. You can get a free account. Just make sure it's public and that I can view it. And then you upload it, and that will give me access to grading it. But it does need to be uploaded this Sunday, so make sure you don't miss that. And the discussion post needs to be completed this Sunday, and the check-in assignment and the exam. So you have kind of a busy week to get all this done. That's why I've given you 3 weeks to work on these other 2 assignments. Next week, again, we'll be dealing with business writing, and you will be starting your first business document that you will write. But that'll be next week, and we'll talk about that when we in my next video that I'll be doing on next Sunday night, Monday morning. So let me know if you have any questions or concerns. If there's anything that you need help with, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. If not, have a great week, and you will see me again on video next week.